Welcome, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me in this replay of my live online yoga class, Yoga Restoration, Awaken and Energize. In this all levels practice, we'll be moving through poses that will help you to awaken your body and energize your field, helping you to focus and have a great day ahead. Thanks so much for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the mat. All right, my friends, we'll just settle into a comfortable seat. And we'll begin our practice today, as always, starting with the breath. So as you settle in, start to deepen your breath. Begin to pay attention and notice what feelings arise. So as you observe the sensations in your body, see if you can send a deeper breath into all of your cells. And as you deepen and expand your breath, notice how that feels. And our breath is one powerful tool that we can utilize to bring more energy, more heat, more focus. Take another full deep breath in. And exhale completely. And you can open your eyes. And we're going to begin with a simple breathing exercise. So start by sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to do a 4-count breath. So we'll take 4 counts to inhale. We'll hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold at the bottom of the breath for 4 counts. So we'll begin together, taking a nice, slow 4-count inhale. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale slow. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. One more round. Breathing in to the top. Pause for 4, 2, 1. Release. Exhale. And hold it. Now draw in a big, full, deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let that breath out. And just mobilize your spine a little bit. You can just kind of wiggle it out. Bring in some of that playful movement and energy into your spine. We'll inhale and circle your arms all the way up to the sky, lifting up and out of your waist. Hug your belly in, reach and grow tall. Like the morning sun, reaching for the sky. Begin to lift your gaze, reaching up, looking towards your fingertips as you stretch to the sky. We'll take one more inhale and see if you can lift up a little bit higher. Then exhale and gently circle your hands down and around. And we're going to interlace your hands at the base of your spine. Squeeze the palms of your hands together. Begin to stretch your fists back away from your hips, and we'll gently open your chest towards the sky. So this is a gentle heart opener. From this position, you can begin to gently swivel your shoulders from side to side. So just getting a little bit of movement in the upper back, kind of stretching your pecs, mobilizing through the chest and the ribs. Then we'll come back to center, stretch your fists back, curl your heart up. One more big stretch here. And we'll release your hands. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up again. Then interlace your hands behind your head. Stretch your elbows wide apart. So really spread your wings here, and you'll feel that muscular activation in your upper back and your chest. So breathe into that stretch already. And we'll take another inhale, lifting up a little taller, extending through the crown of your head. Stretch your elbows wide as you exhale and begin to gently press your head back into your hands. So we're stretching through the pecs, opening through the chest. This is a great stretch for early morning. This is a great stretch if you've been working at your computer or you need to take a break. Wonderful heart opener here. Lean back a little more, stretch your elbows a little wider. Then on your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Stretch your fingertips up towards the sky, reach and grow tall. Then we'll exhale and float your fingertips down towards the floor. Sweep your right hand across to your left knee. You can tiptoe your left fingertips back. We'll inhale to lift up through the crown of your head and exhale to rotate your heart around. So just working a gentle twist here in the spine. Breathe as deeply as you can, even in this twist. See if you can find space to expand into a deeper breath. And maintaining this twist right where you are, circle your left hand behind your head. Take another inhale to lift up through the crown. And as you exhale, we're going to gently lean over towards the right knee. So you've got a side bend with a twist. Two stretches happening simultaneously. So use the right hand to pull against the left knee, scooping your left shoulder under more. Then reach that left elbow up and over, deepening into the side body stretch, opening through the ribs, through the shoulder and the waist. Then slowly come all the way up. Keep your right hand where it is and cross your left hand over to the right knee. So now you've got your arms crisscrossed. Tuck your chin to your chest, round through your spine, and just play with leaning back slightly so you feel that deep stretch across the top of the back and behind the shoulders. And slowly release, and we'll reach the right fingertips back behind you. So now we're ready for the twist on the second side. Inhale to lift, extending through the crown. Then we'll exhale to rotate a little bit deeper. So just starting by easing into the twist, taking it one breath at a time, feeling into the moment. Then maintaining the twist where you are, we'll circle the right hand back behind your head. Inhale to lift and grow tall. And we'll exhale and gently lean up and over towards the left side. So we've got a side bend with a twist. Gently pull against your right knee, scooping the left shoulder under. Then reach the right elbow up and over, really bringing a dynamic tension into the stretch. Then we'll slowly rise, and this time you'll circle your right hand across over the left arm. And again, tuck your chin to your chest and just play with leaning back slightly, really rounding through the upper back, stretching between the shoulder blades. And we'll slowly return to center, coming all the way up. Then reach your hands out in front of you. You're going to flex your fingertips up towards the sky. Spread your hands wide apart, making the biggest, widest hand that you can. Flexing as strong as you can through your wrists. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, begin to make a fist with your hands and begin to turn your knuckles down towards the floor. Yowza! Let's inhale, open the hand back up, stretching the fingertips wide all the way to the top of the breath. Then we exhale and slowly make a fist. Rotate your fist down towards the floor, stretching the tops of your wrists and your forearms. We'll do it again. Inhale, open through the hands. Stretch the fingers wide. Feel energy through your palms. Then exhale, squeeze the fingers in. Rotate your fists down, stretching through the tops of your wrists. Then we're going to shake it out. Just release. All right, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm already feeling like more energy in my neck, more energy in my shoulders, and all the way down the arms and into the hands, right? So we're systematically waking up the body. So we're going to come forward onto your hands and knees, making your way into a tabletop position. And I invite you to practice your tabletop coming up onto your fingertips, right? We've kind of talked about this a week ago, the difference between bringing the palms flat, which can collapse the wrists and we can get a lot of pressure there. If you're building strength in your forearms and hands, try coming up onto your fingertips and see what that does for you. Then we'll begin to move our cat and cow, continuing to mobilize the spine. We'll inhale to lift your heart, glide your shoulder blades down your back as you curl your tailbone to the sky. Then we'll exhale and round it in, hugging your belly button to the sky. Press against the earth to stretch your spine. We'll inhale to reverse, opening it back up. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Then we'll exhale and hug it back into center, engaging through your core. Press against the earth and stretch your spine. Again, inhale, open it up. All the way to the top of the breath. And then we'll exhale and round it in. And feel free to take this next 3 breaths to move your spine in any direction that feels right and good to your body. So you can wag your tail side to side. You can make big circles with your spine. You can shift your weight front to back. You can roll your head around. Really, anything goes here. Whatever feels needed for your body, this is your chance to just give yourself that. And we'll slowly begin to make your way back to center. Coming back to that nice strong tabletop, we'll begin to walk your hands forward, coming into a nice puppy pose. Keeping your hips stacking over your knees, let your heart soften down towards the earth. Feeling that gentle opening into your chest,
and right into the shoulders. Breathe into that space and let each breath, let each exhale soften you, allowing your heart to melt towards the earth. Really let yourself go into the stretch. And walk your hands back under your shoulders. Press yourself all the way up, and we're going to move into a nice twist here. So inhale to open your right fingertips to the sky, getting a deep rotation here. We'll exhale and weave the right arm under, bringing your shoulder all the way down to the floor, getting that nice rotation in the spine. Now press your left hand into the mat, rolling your left shoulder back. We get a deeper rotation in the spine. And see if you can scooch the right shoulder even deeper, stretching across the back of the right shoulder blade. So we'll just breathe into that twist, finding your fullest inhale and your fullest exhale. Lean into that twist, juice it. Then we'll inhale and rise, opening your right fingertips all the way back up to the sky. So we take a full unwind, stretch into your side body. Then we'll exhale and gently release the right hand back down to the floor. Preparing for the second side, let's inhale and open the left fingertips to the sky, getting a nice stretch through the side of your waist. Then as you exhale, we'll weave it under, bringing the left shoulder all the way down to the floor. Let your head come down and press that right hand against the floor, and notice how that gives you a lever that presses your right shoulder back. And then that may give you a little bit more room to scooch the left fingertips a little farther across. Really getting that deep, juicy twist in the spine, deep stretch across the back of the left shoulder blade. Let yourself take one more full round of breath, finding where can you expand the breath, even in this deepest twist. Then on your next inhale, we'll begin to unwind, pressing against the earth. Open those left fingertips all the way back up. Get that full unwind. Then gently float your hands back down to the floor. Okay, we're going to bring your forearms down onto your mat. And then interlace your hands in front of you. So we get a nice strong grip, squeezing the hands together. Then press your forearms down into the mat. Tuck your toes under and begin to lift your hips. And personally, I like to take like one little half step forward. It just gives me a little bit more weight in my arms so I can get my hips a little higher. And if you want to pedal out your feet here to gently stretch into the backs of your legs, that's great. We really want to feel stability and strength in the arms, chest, and shoulders. So press down into the mat, using that idea, root to rise, that as you press down into the earth, you actually lift up out of the shoulders, finding more length along the sides of your waist. So we'll take one more good deep breath in this dolphin pose, all the way in. And as you exhale and breathe it out, let your knees softly lower down towards the floor, sinking your hips back towards your heels. Let your forehead soften to the mat, and you can rotate your palms down towards the floor. Take 3 full deep rounds of breath here. Breathing into the space behind your heart, behind your kidneys, into your low back. Massaging your body with your breath. And at the end of your third exhale, walk your hands in towards your knees. And we're going to press yourself all the way up. So coming up to a nice kneeling position here, we're going to do a little sequence on the knees. If this is difficult for you to be kneeling, you could bring a cushion or a blanket under your knees. That could be helpful. But if you need to just come down and sit on your bottom, you can. You will have to modify a little bit, but take care of you, most importantly, okay? So from this kneeling position, or sitting if you need to go there, we're gonna inhale and stretch your fingertips up towards the sky. Hug your belly up and in, lift up out of your waist, and gently turn your gaze up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, lift a little bit higher, stretching up tall. We'll exhale and gently float your hands down towards the floor. Now we're going to reach your fingertips back to the floor behind you. So you may need to lean back a little bit. And for some of you, this may be a really lovely quad stretch, stretching the tops of the thighs. So, enjoy that moment. From here, we're going to take it a little bit deeper. Anchor your hands into the floor, pressing into the strength of your arms. We're going to begin to lift your hips forward. Pressing forward through your hips, we open through the front body, roll your shoulders back, and just gently open your gaze towards the sky. Oh yeah, nice front body stretch, chest and shoulders all day. We'll slowly sink those hips back down towards your heels. And you can make your way back up to neutral. Lower your chin to your chest. Circle your hands back behind your head. Let your elbows drop down towards your legs, allowing the weight of your arms to completely relax and give you a gentle pressure onto your head, giving you a nice stretch along the back of your neck. And if you gently, softly round your shoulders forward, you may feel that stretch moving a little deeper down your spine. So just be mindful here, really let yourself go inward. Feel what you feel and take care of yourself here. And we'll gently release your hands down to your lap and slowly roll your head back up to center. You can roll your head around a few times in one direction and then the other. And then from here, we're going to move into a little flow sequence. So I'll kind of talk you through the movement, and then we can get into a little more fluid state with it. So we're going to start by placing the right fingertips back to the floor. As you inhale your breath, again, you'll lift your hips and open the left arm up and back behind you. So we get a nice stretch into the side body. So this is your inhale. You can take a deep breath in right here. And as you exhale, sink your hips back down to your heels, and we're gonna fold all the way down and pass through child's pose, circling your body from the right to the left. We'll bring the left hand down and inhale to open the right arm up and back. We'll exhale to sink the hips down, folding your body down and around, all the way across to the right side. So this is the movement. We inhale to lift the hips and open through the heart. Then exhale and sink your hips down, sweeping your body from right to left. And we'll inhale and open it up on the left side, stretching the right arm back. We'll exhale and circle your body back to the right side. So we're just gonna move through this a couple more times, you guys. Feel free to flow with the rhythm of your own breathing. Just be mindful in the movement, be gentle and take care of yourself. Finding fluidity in the breath that carries you into a fluid movement. And we'll take one more complete round to the right and to the left. And when you've completed this last cycle, we'll all meet together in child's pose. So just rounding it out. There's no rush. You can really be in your practice. Take that full expression from right to left. And when you complete, we'll all come together and fold forward in your child's pose. This time you can let your arms come down by your legs, letting your palms rotate up towards the ceiling. Just letting your arms drape down by your sides. Let your shoulders relax and round forward towards the floor. Feel that full relaxation in your arms and that flow of energy through your spine. And we'll reach your fingertips forward, extending all the way out through your hands. We'll slowly make your way up through your tabletop. You can curl your toes under and press your hips high, making the journey to your downward facing dog. As your hips come high, feel free to pedal out your feet, taking a deeper stretch into the backs of the legs. Breathing slow and steady as you go. Just observe the sensations and see if you can lean in to the feeling. Really letting yourself go there, feeling that extension, that stretch, savoring the moment. And we'll take one more full round of breath right here in your down dog. Feeling the full expression of your pose. And on your next inhale, extend the right leg high, lifting up through the heel. Exhale and stretch your foot forward. We're going to come all the way into a lunge, stepping the right foot down to the top of your mat. And if you need to adjust your footing, just take a moment to set yourself up well. And we'll lower the left knee down to the floor. Now, I do encourage you to practice keeping the back toes tucked under so that you can find more power and support through the back leg. So toning the strength of both of your legs, let's inhale and circle your arms up towards the sky. Lunge into the right leg until you feel a stretch across the front of the left hip. Then engage the strength of the legs and see if you can rise a little taller. Bend your elbows 90 degrees and just curl your heart open towards the sky, even if it's a tiny little bit. Then inhale, stretch your fingertips back up, and we'll exhale to float your hands down towards the floor. Then rotate your left knee 90 degrees on your mat. So we're angling the hips out towards the left. Keeping your right hand down, we'll open the left fingertips to the sky. Lunge into your right knee, keeping the knee over the ankle. So we keep the shin perpendicular to the floor. Rotate your left shoulder open, and then circle your left arm over your head. So we're reaching the bicep alongside the ear. Reach out through your left fingertips. Then gently float your left hand down to the floor. Now we're going to bring the right hand across to the left side of your mat. Walk your hands about 45 degrees off the left corner of your mat. Let your heart soften down towards the earth so it feels a lot like downward dog in your upper body. Now check in with that right leg. We want to make sure that the knee is aligned over the ankle. Breathe into this inner hip stretch, saying yes. Then we'll slowly walk your hands back in, pressing yourself all the way up to a kneeling position. So we're keeping the legs as they are. Inhale to open your arms out towards the sides. And as you exhale, we're going to gently float the left hand down. Sweep the right arm back. Stretch the right knee straight. And we take a full side body stretch across the entire right side of your waist, your hip, out through the arms, through the fingertips and the toes. Then gently walk your hands all the way back around to the front. So we're making your way back around to your lunge. You can spin your left knee back to its place. Lift your left knee and draw your hips back, extending through the right leg. So we feel a nice stretch into the right hamstring here. Pyramid pose. Inhale to lift and extend through your spine, reaching your heart forward. Try to lengthen out through your waist and notice how that increases the stretch in your hamstring. So we're going to breathe into that space, finding your yes. Take another inhale and reach the spine long. Then as you exhale here, we're going to open your right fingertips to the sky. Twisting into that revolved pyramid. You can close your eyes and just breathe into that sensation, finding your deepest stretch, your safest stretch. Take one more inhale here, really rotate your heart, deepen into the stretch, then we'll exhale and release your right hand down. Press your palms into the earth, and as you inhale, we'll sweep the right leg up and back. Stretch through that heel, open through the left leg, then begin to stack your right hip open. Bend into your right knee, letting your heel fall down to your hip, and work that right knee high so your knee is the top of your pose. So we get a good deep twist here. Then slowly release the right foot all the way back down to the floor. Coming back into your downward dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Just coming back to your center. You can always take a child's pose at any time. And then we'll take one more full round of breath and prepare ourselves for the second side. And then on your next inhale, we'll lift the left heel high. Kicking up into that tripod down dog. We'll exhale and step the left foot forward, coming to the top of your mat. Adjust your footing so you have a nice, strong, solid lunge. Then we'll lower your right knee to the floor. And again, engage the strength of that back leg. So you really want to feel power there. You want to feel support through the right leg. Then we'll inhale and rise, stretching your fingertips to the sky. Lift your belly up and in, engaging the strength of your core. We'll lunge forward into the left foot, maximizing the stretch at the front of your right hip. Then engage the strength of your legs, drawing the energy up and in. You may be able to lift up a little bit higher. And bend your elbows 90 degrees. Gently curl your heart, even just a few degrees, towards the sky. Then we'll inhale again, stretch your fingertips all the way up. Then exhale and float your hands down to the floor. We'll rotate the right knee 90 degrees on your mat. So opening the hips towards the right side, we're going to keep the left hand down, lunge into the left knee, and then open your right fingertips to the sky. So lean into that stretch, awakening through the inner thighs and inner hips. Stack that right shoulder open. Maintain the left knee over the ankle in a nice alignment there. Then we'll begin to extend your right fingertips overhead. So getting a deeper side stretch all the way through the right hand. Then we'll release your right hand to the floor and step your left hand across, okay? So we're gonna walk the hands 45 degrees off to the right side of your mat Keeping the ankle and the knee aligned, we begin to sink the heart down towards the earth. So really letting yourself open through the chest and shoulders, feeling length into the spine, and breathing into that stretch in your hips and thighs. Let yourself go there. Keep yourself safe, but play and dance with the edge. And we begin to walk your hands back in and press yourself up to kneeling. We'll inhale to open your arms out towards the sides. Then exhale to float your right hand down and circle your left arm up and over. We're breathing into that side body stretch, reaching from your fingertips to your toe tips. Really enliven the stretch. Give yourself this juicy moment. And we'll slowly walk your hands back around to the front. You can rotate your right knee back to its place. We're coming all the way back around to the lunge. Then lift your right knee away from the floor. Draw your hips back and extend through the left leg. So we're working our way into that deep hamstring stretch. And while it may be tempting to just fold forward, I challenge you to lift your heart up, extend through your spine, and see what that does for your stretch. See if you can really bring it to life here, taking it right into the hamstring or right into that space wherever you're feeling the most sensation. Then on your inhale, we're going to open the left fingertips up towards the sky, revolving that pyramid. We're going right into the IT band and the outer hip. So breathe into that space. It can be quite confronting. It can be uncomfortable, unpleasant, not your favorite moment. And that's okay. It's not always our favorite moment. But we can always take a deeper breath and be present with what is. And slowly release your fingertips to the floor. Plant your hands into the earth. And we'll begin to extend your left leg up and back. Working your way back into that tripod. Let's stack the left hip open over the right. Bending into the left knee, we take it into a deep twist. Work your knee up, up, up towards the sky. Stabilize and anchor through the standing leg. And as you feel ready, you can begin to slowly revolve your left hip back down and float your left foot to the floor. Take a nice deep cycle of breath. We'll do 3 full rounds of breath right here in your down dog. And again, child's pose is always an option. Just giving yourself this opportunity to come back to your center, come back to your breath, feel into your body. And slowly lower your knees down towards the floor. And we're going to come all the way to kneeling, but this time we're kneeling high. So the hips are lifted away from the heels. Now, again, I recommend keeping the toes curled underneath you. If that's uncomfortable for you, if it doesn't work, you can have the tops of your feet down, but just know that you need to really engage through the bottoms of your legs so you're not putting so much pressure onto your knees, okay? Take care of you. We're going to bring your hands onto your hips. Give a little downward pressure on your pelvis as you lift up and out of your waist. So you're just making your waist, your torso a little bit longer. Okay, then point your elbows back behind you
and roll the tips of your shoulder blades down your spine, but we're keeping the length along the sides of the waist. Gently turn your gaze up towards the sky, just curling your heart open in a gentle, subtle way, opening through the chest. Hug your shoulders back. We're here in camel pose. So you can stay here in this variation. If you'd like to move into a deeper expression of this pose, you can begin to reach your hands back towards your heels. If you're making contact there, again, roll your shoulders on your back, lift up through your sternum and chest, and maximize this opportunity for a deep stretch through your chest, your heart, and your upper back. Then we'll slowly rise back to center, whatever variation you took. Then you can sink your hips back down to your heels, and we're going to bow forward into your child's pose.
Just letting yourself soften onto the floor, let your forehead relax down, let your arms relax, and feel that gentle stretch along your spine. You may notice as you bow forward here that your heart rate is up. You know, you've built some heat and getting a little cardiovascular experience here. This is how we build that energy in your body, one pose at a time. Now slowly begin to slither your body forward onto your tummy. We're coming all the way down to your belly. Yeah. Now we're going to practice a little cobra pose. So slide your hands alongside your chest and spread your fingertips wide. So even in this position, your hands are active. You're very powerful and intentional with every part of your body. Now we're going to roll the tops of your shoulders up towards the sky. So feel your upper back engage. Then on your inhale, we'll slowly begin to curl your heart up away from the floor. And notice if you have the tendency for the shoulders to come up, like somebody was pulling you up from the tops of your t-shirt. Rather, draw your shoulder blades down and curl your heart up from there. So the cobra pose is coming from your back and not your shoulders. And slowly release all the way down to the floor. Nice work, my friends. I know it's not easy. We're going to practice a Sphinx pose. So bring your forearms onto the mat and prop yourself up. So your shoulders are stacked over your elbows. Rotate your palms flat down to the floor, bringing your forearms parallel to each other. Okay, we're going to press the forearms into the mat, lift up out of your shoulders, and see if you can get a sense of dragging your rib cage through your upper arms. So we're really pulling the chest forward, rolling the shoulders back, using the strength of your arms to help you find more length along the sides of your waist. Take one more inhale in this Sphinx pose, pulling your heart forward and through. Then we'll exhale and gently release. This time you can stack one hand on top of the other and gently rest your forehead down on your hands. And from this position, begin to rock your hips side to side. So you can get a little momentum here. It doesn't have to be too slow. You want to just feel a sense of rocking the hips side to side. And this little motion just helps to release any pent-up energy in the low back. Okay, so we're just rocking the hips side to side for 3, 2, and 1. Then we'll slowly bring the hips back to stillness. Now we're going to take one more energizing pose today before we round out our practice. We're going to be moving into floor bow, Dhanurasana. So bend your knees behind you, and we're going to begin to reach back with your hands. to take a hold of the tops of your feet. Okay, so we have a nice solid grip, finding your way there. We'll begin by gluing the tops of your thighs to the floor. Whoop. So it's glued and anchored. Begin to kick back with your feet, rolling your shoulders onto your back. We begin to peel the chest up away from the floor. So you should feel nice and safe in your back here and a deep stretch through the chest and the shoulders. So this is happening. And take one more inhale, kick back a little higher. This time we're going to peel the thighs off of the floor, kicking your toes up even higher. You may be able to peel the chest open even more. Take one full inhale, finding your biggest, best expression of this pose. And then we'll gently release back down to the floor. And again, you can bring one hand on top of the other. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Let your legs relax down, and you can just gently rock your hips side to side. Then coming back into stillness, you can take another full round of breath right here. And slowly begin to press yourself back to your child's pose. Okay, so you can make your own journey there. There's no right way or wrong way. And just slowly begin drawing the hips back. And in this child's pose, I invite you to bring your knees together side by side, so that as you fold forward, you're bowing over your legs, finding a little more length and stretch down your spine. And slowly walk your hands in towards your knees. Press yourself all the way up to kneeling. And sink your hips over to one side. You can circle your legs around in front of you. And then go ahead and make your way down onto your back. You can hug your knees into your chest here. And just gently rock yourself side to side. So just letting yourself come back to center, coming back to that sense of grounding and connecting with the earth. We're going to bring the soles of your feet flat onto the mat. Walk your heels in towards your sitting bones. So we want to bring the heels in as close as you can. And just sense with your third eye that your feet are parallel to one another. So you can't see them, but you just have to feel them. Then extend your arms down by your sides, pressing your palms down into the mat. Gently, with about 10% pressure, you're just gonna gently press your head into your mat so you feel a gentle lift of your chin. And we'll slowly begin to stand into your legs, curling your hips away from the floor. We want to find more power, more strength in the legs by rolling your shoulders down towards the floor. You may find more space to lift your heart higher, curling your hips even higher. We come into a nice strong bridge pose. And slowly begin to lower your hips back down to the floor. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Then again, we'll lower the feet flat down to the floor. Walking your heels in as close as you can. Settling the feet parallel to each other. Now, if you have a full wheel in your practice, or you're feeling sassy and you want to get into your full back bend, this is an opportunity that you could do that. I'm going to talk us through bridge pose again, but I want to offer you that as an option. This would be a great time for your wheel pose if you want to go there. Okay, I'm going to talk us through bridge pose again, bringing your arms down by your sides and your palms flat to the floor. Gently lean your head back into the earth so you feel a slight lift of your chin. Start to stand into the strength of your legs, lifting your hips off of the floor. We're going to press your shoulder blades down towards the mat, creating a little more space for the heart to lift higher, the hips to curl higher. We find the full expression of your back bend. Then we'll gently make your way back down to the earth, settling your hips down to the floor. And hug your knees in towards your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins. Give yourself a little squeeze. And if you like rocking side to side, you can certainly do that. Now I'm going to just wind it down with a little twist here. And I'd like to give you the option of what kind of twist you want to do here. You could do a traditional supine twist, extending the left leg forward and hugging the right knee in, then crossing your right knee to the side. You could play with crossing your right leg over the left leg and lowering down that way. You could practice stacking the knees and lowering both legs down to the side there. Or any other variation on a twist that feels good to your body. We're just finding that nice revolution in the spine, stretching out any areas that may still feel sticky. I'm just taking a gentle twist, twisting to the left, stretching through the spine, and slowing down the breath. Slowly make your way back to center. Whatever way feels right and organic for you. You can squeeze your knees in again, and then prepare to twist to the second side, taking whatever twist variation you want to play with. So this is all about you now. You get to find your favorite twist. Whatever feels good and nourishing to your body is what you should do. And this is how we cultivate the practice of listening to our body and really honoring what the body is asking. And this is how we cultivate a relationship with ourself. We learn how to listen to ourselves, how to know ourselves more. It's the most intimate relationship of your life. And slowly begin to make your way back onto your back. Hugging both knees in towards your chest. We'll gently extend your legs out in front of you. So we're settling into Shavasana, a relaxation pose. And as you get settled into your mat, we're going to close our practice today with one final breathing exercise. So we're going to practice a little breath of fire, which traditionally we would do sitting up. But we're going to use this as a way to diffuse any remaining tension, any remaining stress. We're just going to breathe it all out so that we can enter into this space of utmost relaxation. Okay, so how this breath is going to work. You're going to take a deep breath in, and you can practice right now. When you inhale, feel your belly rise and expand. Then you're going to squeeze your abdominals in strongly and force the air out. So you can force it out through your mouth and make a little space between your teeth. So we'll inhale a deep breath in, expanding through your belly. Then exhale, squeeze your belly in and force it out through your teeth.
And we're going to do that breath quickly 10 times, okay? So we'll start with the inhale. Exhale, force it out. Again, inhale, force it out. Again. Two more. Last one, in and out. Squeeze it all the way out. And then return to a normal, relaxed, slow breath. You may have felt your body getting hot, building more heat as you work that powerful breath. It's a detoxifying breath, cleansing, releasing any old energy, any stagnant energy in your body is getting stirred up by that breath. And as you relax here on your mat, just let any of that excess energy dissipate. So we come to a place of quiet and stillness, deep in the core of your being. And any thoughts or distractions that would hold you back from entering peacefully into that still point, let those distractions dissipate. Let those thoughts float away like clouds in the sky. So give yourself permission to be in this stillness. This place is your unlimited resource. All the energy you need for your life can be accessed from this still point. All of the abundance that you need can be attracted to you by this still point inside yourself. All the healing that you need is emanating from this still point. And this is your true essence. This is your true nature. Take another full, deep breath in. And exhale a full, deep breath out. And slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Feeling a new energy arising in your body. Roll your wrists and ankles around. Roll your head from side to side, awakening your body with this fresh, clear energy. Stretch your arms up over your head.
lengthening out from your fingertips to your toe tips. And we'll gently roll yourself over to the side, pressing yourself all the way up into a seat. So coming into a comfortable seat here, go ahead and close your eyes and just maintain that connection to the still point within. And give gratitude and thanks to yourself for making time to practice today. Give thanks and gratitude for the practice itself, and for all of the magic that it unfolds for you. And feel gratitude and thanks for all of the blessings, for all of the gifts, and for your life itself. Bring your hands to a prayer position at your heart, tapping into that energy that you've cultivated. May you move from your practice and feel energized and focused for whatever is next for you. And may you operate from the still point, being the best version of yourself, living your best life. Thank you for joining me and for allowing me to be your guide. Until next time, Namaste.